So the question now to you is, by the way, again, we're on the same wavelength. I love this mantra, memento mori, that ultimately we're gonna die. And some
Mhm.
people at first would say, "Oh my God, so you get this dark." Why do you say that? What about living? But we're like, hey, this is the law of impermanence, right?
I think this is one of the things that when we're talking about the way in which mindfulness relates to, say, leadership and business, because this is the world that you and I are in, is bridging philosophy with the pragmatic, helping people with their businesses, helping leaders through understanding what we're talking about and taking these concepts and embodiment practices and bringing this into the moment and creating value from it. This is where the key is, in my opinion, because this is how to be completely courageous in every moment of your life. Because if you have already gone through the process of preparing yourself to die, just like a samurai who has gone through a training, not only with swordsmanship, but samurai were historically trained to let go and die before going into battle. That way, when they were in battle, their movements and their mindset was so precise because they were already dead. They experienced complete presence and calm because they weren't in a conflict with anything. They weren't in a conflict with the enemy. And so this is, if you're someone who is an entrepreneur like CK and I work with, or a leader of some sort, just think about the way in which this is going to impact your ability to function with your work and your career and your life, your personal life, from a place of courage and strength and power, because you're not in some kind of a mental reaction to the circumstances of your life. And you're not afraid because the biggest fear of all, the one of death, has already been dealt with. So I use an acronym in my work of BEATS, and BEATS is BEATS, and it stands for breath, energy, attention, talent, and service. And so the reason why I use that acronym is because in every moment of our life, we are either on the beat or we are off the beat. When you are listening to, say, a musician, it's very obvious if they're on the beat or they're off the beat, because a musician is creating something auditory which allows you to be able to hear that.
Mhm.
When you are doing athletics, there's a rhythm going on. There's something that if a basketball team is experiencing a collective rhythm as they are moving together, there's a beat that you can sense happening, and their energy and their attention is responding to that beat. So if we listen to music or if we see it in athletics, it's really obvious that there's this rhythm happening. People are in the moment, or martial arts. So you can see a rhythm occurring with people doing martial arts. And it's a very graceful and beautiful thing to watch. Now, what we don't realize is that we are experiencing a rhythm all the time within us and around us every day. There's an inner beat happening. There's our heartbeat, but then there's also this sort of inner sense of rhythm that's occurring if you pay close attention to it. And there's also, say you're in a boardroom, say you're working, you're having a meeting, there's a rhythm that group has, that team has, that if you pay a close attention to it, you can start to work with that rhythm and connect to it. Now, the breath, like we were talking about earlier, connects you to the parasympathetic nervous system, connects you to the vagus nerve, takes you out of that fight or flight stress response. Now you're able to be more present. When you're more present, you can actually sense energy more. You can feel energy. You can feel not only your own energy, but you can also become aware of the energy of people who are also in your environment. We all know the experience of when we are relaxed inside of us, we can pay better attention. We can observe what's going on in other people more because we're not in our own little head trip about what's going on. So we can actually feel our own energy and feel their energy better. Now, from there, your breath and your energy, these are in and of themselves neutral. Energy without direction is just neutral. If I'm just sitting here and paying attention to the energy in my body, energy in my mind, it's neutral. It doesn't have a direction. So from there, then I can choose with intention where to place my attention, not from a place of habit, but from a place of responding to what's occurring now in the moment. So now we've got the B, E, and the A of beats. From there, I'm going to want to filter my attention through my talent, whatever that talent is. And then finally, it's all done in the spirit of service because I'm serving others by doing so. I'm creating value from my presence, no matter what that is. And something that a lot of people don't realize is just your simple being, your present moment awareness, just that alone is creating value. Just your ability to listen and pay attention is creating value. You could hang out with a monk in the room who says nothing. You could feel a tremendous amount of value from what they offered just by being present, not even saying anything.
Yeah.
And so by using this BEATS acronym, what it helps people to do is remember that we have to get on the rhythm of what's occurring inside of us and around us, and getting that there is a rhythm. And when you can connect it to your breath energy, conscious awareness with attention, and your talents to be of service, it gets you out of your own head and into the moment to take action based on what your intention is.